did I just watch? I just wasted probably 3.5 hours of my life watching the biggest shit show on the planet. This is not kid friendly, if you could tell, and this isn't going to be kid friendly. So get used to it for a minute. I'm obviously clearly pissed at this shit show organization and what they just put in front of us. First of all, I did a little bit of reworking yesterday, nice off day, updated some website stuff and it looks much better. So to get to it, it's in my link tree and still on my socials. And I thought the Ethernet was supposed to not do this. I guess they were wrong. Anyways, the Yankees lost today. If you can't tell by the sound of my voice and the way I'm pissed right now, they lost. Yeah, they got fucking embarrassed by the Boston Red Sox and Garrett Crochet in game one. Embarrassed. They came on your home turf and dominated. Absolutely dominated. You opened the first inning with back-to-back singles off their ace. That was your time to strike. That was it right there. Strikeout double play. Inning over. No runs. Volpe had a solo home run in the second inning. That was your one run today. You had 9 innings and couldn't score more than one fucking run. One. On a home run from Anthony Volpe, who, by the way, was your best hitter tonight, 2 for 2, or 2 for 3. If I had told you that yesterday, you would have laughed in my face. Judge was 2 for 4, had some nice swings, so that's fine. No home runs, though. He could have tied the game in the 9th inning instead of hitting a meaningless fucking single up the middle, where the Yankees load the bases against Chapman and can't get a run. Not one. How is Goldschmidt not tagging on the sac fly? At least make them make the throw. That could have changed the entire inning. Put Chapman on the ropes with the tying run in third, possibly. Why didn't he even tag? You have to score on that. What are we... And don't tell me, oh, he had a good arm. He's deep enough. No, it is deep enough. That was close to the track. What are we doing? Stanton with the worst at-bats you've ever seen. 2 strikeouts, a double play, and a ground out on the first pitch, mind you, in the 7th inning against Crochet. He looked like pathetic today. So postseason Stanton's nowhere to be found. Funny, because the wild card round I don't count as a postseason round anyway. I count the ALCS, where the Yankees will not be. They will not win this series. I promise you they don't win this series. If this sounds very pessimistic, I could be wrong in 2 days. And you know what? I'll be celebrating when I'm wrong. Hopefully I am. They're not winning this series. They don't look like they want to win the series. Just realized that. They looked pathetic. They came out there today and looked like a team that wasn't ready for battle. Oh, wait. Did I not mark this is visible? That's why. I was going to say, I know it's there. I forgot to mark that it's visible. This team might be one of the... I mean, they were retired 17 in a row at one point in this game. It's not even like, oh, a couple batters here and there. You know, they went a little quiet. 17 in a row. They went from... It was actually Volpe to Volpe. It was Volpe to Volpe. Volpe's home run to Volpe's single. And then Chapman balks him over in the 8th inning. You can't score on that? You know, Caballero stung one, and Wiley made a nice catch in the gap and robbed Zidane. Okay, fine. What are we... I don't even know what the fuck to say anymore. And then you get to the manager. That's who I'm going to hammer. This is on Boone. This loss is fully on him. On nobody else. Well, it's on Luke Weaver and it's on Aaron Boone. It's on 2 people. 2. Luke Weaver and Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone pulling Max Fried at 101 pitches, I have it written down, was the death to this team. He then burned 5 relievers, because Luke Weaver couldn't get you out today. He starts Cedon Raphael at 0-2 and walks him on 11 pitches. Then he gives up a hit to Nick Sogard. Nick Sogard, you never heard of him. You've never... But you know what? Nick Sogard dominated the Yankees when we were up at Fenway. Absolutely dominated them. He walked right over them. Let's see. He didn't play in that game. That was against Louis Heel. He played in this game. He was 2 for 4 and was in constant trouble and was a constant pain against Freed. So he has great numbers against Freed. That's why he was starting. Yeah. So according to my numbers, Nick Sogard fucking owns the Yankees. And it's been a lead against them. And now your best starter against the Boston Red Sox isn't pitching this series. Louis Heel, what the hell is that about? Now, look, I agree because of the command issues and womp. And his expected ERA is 4.5. He has a 0.98 ERA in his career against Boston. And you decide to pitch him on the last day. You couldn't have maneuvered it. Will Warren's ERA against the Red Sox is 9. We couldn't use that. And speaking of ERAs against opponents, I had warned people coming into this series when they were talking about the Yankee bullpen and who's in your circle of trust and who's not. Luke Weaver shouldn't be in the circle of trust against the Red Sox. And frankly, he needs to be. I love Luke Weaver. I think he's a great person off the field. He cannot be back next year. I said it. It pains me to say it, but I said it. He cannot return to the Yankees next season. They need to rework that entire bullpen. There should be a couple people back next year that are here now in that bullpen. Those people are Tim Hill because he's under contract, Camilo Duvall because he's under contract, Fernando Cruz because he's under contract, and David Bednar because he's under contract. Everyone else needs to go. They loaded the. I'm getting texts now. Load the bases, no outs, and can't score. I don't know what the hell I just watched. And you have the manager pulling your ace out of 101 pitches. And then he got outclassed and outmanaged by Alex Cora on the other side. Outclassed and outmanaged. Because like he always does. Alex Cora made him look like a fucking fool today. Between not starting Ben Rice, which is absolutely criminal. What did Austin Wells do today? Austin Wells did nothing today. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a pop out to first. He did nothing today. Nothing offensively. And in terms of framing behind the plate, he was dog shit at it today. Couldn't seal a strike for shit. And Junior Valentine cost the Yankees this game. I'm convinced of it. Because there were so many calls tonight that went against Max that forced him to throw. I think it was like 17 more pitches to Narvaez. Just to Narvaez. Forget everyone else. And someone just put in the chat on X, why didn't Dominguez pinch run for Goldschmidt? That's a great question. Why wasn't he pinch run for? Because he definitely scores. And then you have Rice anyway to come off the bench. And why wasn't Rice off the bench? You can't tell me Rice wasn't a better option than Jazz? Oh, wait, sorry. Boone got outmanaged today because Cora stuck with the lefty after he put in Chisholm for defense. When Rosario was fine, he wasn't a liability today. Why Boone did that, I have no fucking idea. But tonight, Aaron Boone decided, you know what, I'm going to get cute. I'm going to put Chisholm in the game. Chisholm actually drove the ball against Chapman. Okay, fine. I give him credit for at least putting it in play. How that's not a sacrifice fly is beyond me. And you know what? There are a couple base running plays that made up today. Trent Grisham, lazy in center field. Aaron Judge, lazy over in right field, letting Sogard take the extra base when he's off of Weaver. And then my favorite. The Yankees like to keep Luke Weaver against lefty. That's the lefty lane because he's better. He gave up a pinch hit single to Masataka fucking Yoshida. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of this Red Sox team. Everyone's like, I got a good feeling they're going to win this series. They weren't going to win this series. I promise you. One team was trying and one team wasn't. And it was so clear. They let them take over that house tonight. Yankees suck chance in the 7th inning. You used to have the best home field advantage in baseball and pissed it away. You are now facing elimination tomorrow against Brian Bayo, who is one of the best pitchers against the Yankees in Major League Baseball right now. His ERA is like like something wacky, like one something. It's like something crazy. Let me find it. With Carlos Rodon, who struggled against Boston, and that's what's going to save your season. That's what's going to save your season because there is no way this team. They had the bases loaded and nobody out and couldn't score. I don't understand. I don't understand this team. I don't understand the managing. I'm now trying to answer to someone who's like, I had no issue with Boone going to Bednar in the ninth. I wrote this morning why Boone shouldn't have gone to Bednar in the ninth, by the way. So for those I have to find Bayo's. They'll have an easier time scoring tomorrow. Bayo has like fantastic career numbers against the Yankees. They got completely embarrassed today. I'll tweet this out, or I'll put this up on Threads and bring it up on the screen in a second. Just hold on. I I am. Can someone explain to me what the Yankee offense plan was today? Can someone explain it to me? Because clearly they didn't have one. Judge was on everything today. Even the strikeout, he was on everything in that at bat. Judge gets an exception. Goldschmidt gets an exception. Through September 30th, 2025, in 11 games, he's 5-4 with a 2.93 ERA. Now I'm gonna get it broken down by ballpark because I can swear he's better at Yankee Stadium. We've gotten him a couple times up at Fenway. It's hard to put that loss on Boone. It's not. I'm putting it fully on Boone. It's on Boone and it's on Luke Weaver because Luke Weaver cannot pitch. Relegate him to losses at this point. I don't know what to do. I like Luke Weaver a lot. He was a revelation last year. He was a reclamation project. Now he's just a wreck, an absolute train wreck. So, and Alex Cora made sure to mention it today. Okay. Yeah, he has a 3-1 record and a 1.44 ERA at Yankee Stadium in 5 games. Um, I'm gonna bring this up in a second. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm not watching the S post game. Maybe I just saw. Okay. Um, hold on. Just give me 2 seconds. The Yankees will look to save their season against BR. Numbers at Yankee Stadium. Okay. This is going up right now. Will this let me get? Oh wait, I have it in here maybe. Okay, and will let me open this on both. Okay, hold on. Just give me 2 seconds. Should be right there. I can't even see it. Hold on. I'm gonna do an article. Uh, and no one wants to put this. I'm putting this loss fully on Boone, and I'm he needs he needs to be fired at the end of the season. I'm sorry. How many times are we going to sit here and in a circle? That's what this is. It's a cycle. It is literally a cycle. The Yankees, they look great, and oh, Otani's so special. He hit a home run. Oh, isn't that what he gets paid to do? Now, someone just posted. Do you think they, Free came back from the injury? There's definitely been not Free, excuse me, Weaver. Free was outstanding, by the way. There were two people today that actually showed up in that stadium, and Aaron Judge isn't one of them because if he showed up, he would have parked one and tied the game in the ninth, and not a meaningless single. No, two people showed up today: Anthony Volpe, shock of the century, and Max Fried. The starting pitching hasn't been the problem for this team; it's been the relief pitching. And when we're sitting there on Friday or on Thursday, and Aaron Boone's and Brian Cashman are speaking and doing their post season press conference, I urge them to make a decision to let Boone go. I mean, honest to God. And someone just tweeted out, if they don't advance Boone, I'm retweeting this. If they don't advance, Boone needs to be gone. There's no way to keep him because it's a cycle. It's a cycle. He cannot beat the AL. He can't beat teams unless they are in the AL Central or are Oakland. So I was told by a source because I openly asked during the game when they blew it, is Aaron Boone safe? And I was told yes. which really pisses me off because it, like, kind of like the Mendoza thing the other day. Like, it's just an instant safe. Like, can you fire him, please? Just let him go. Just fire him. Fire his ass. I mean, I'm sorry. Fucking fire him. I fire him tonight. I don't know. Do something. Because insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. What have the Yankees done in the playoffs in the Boone era? Nothing. They have been horrible in the Boone era in the playoffs. I get they made it to the World Series last year. Look who they beat to get to the World Series: the Royals, who stunk this year, and Cleveland, who backed their ass into the playoffs. Now, this is from Chris Kirschner of the Athletic, who's one of the best writers, beat writers for the Yankees that there is. Jazz Chisholm was clearly displeased about not being in the lineup tonight. Had his back turned the entire interview as reporters asked about watching the bench from the bench today. Said, "I guess when he was at surprised if he wasn't playing." When asked if he had a conversation with Boone, Jazz said, "It's a little conversation after it. Not much. Just move forward." Oh my god. I don't know what else to say. Oh my god, I'm watching the video of the Jazz interview. And he's like rummaging through his locker. And this is pathetic. And apparently Jack Curry is shilling for Boone as usual, and Flash is blaming Weaver for the loss, but not the buffoon manager that brought him in and took the ace out. Meanwhile, the other team yeah, I'm gonna get to that. How about being completely outclassed by Alex Cora tonight? Like, completely outclassed by him. You leave, one takes out. So I wonder. So you have. I have to stand for a second. Just hold on. Let me do this. go crazy. All the fans are going to go nuts if they end up losing the series. If they get swept, could you imagine that? Max Fried says when Aaron Boone asked him if he had had enough to face Jaron Duran, he said yes. Jazz Chisholm was asked about beginning the game on the bench. I mean, it was tough when you were watching the game and your team is down. Max Fried, I definitely exerted a lot of energy trying to get out of that, but I definitely had enough left in the tank for whatever the team needed. Yeah, he wasn't fatiguing. He looked fine. The umpire boned him. Now, if that had happened again, Boone should have gone out and argued like vehemently and gotten thrown in that spot. Maybe that is your ace. Okay, this is from Brandon Cuddy of The Athletic. Also awesome. Also an awesome writer. The Athletic is great. If you don't subscribe to them, I highly recommend it. Boone apparently texted Jazz Chisholm last night to tell him he was out of the lineup. How did Jazz take that news? I mean, we gotta do whatever we gotta do, right? So that's how I look at it. Oh my god, this is a fucking mess. So here's the story. Yankees are going to look to face off save elimination. They are a dysfunctional mess right now, and they have a manager who's clearly losing the clubhouse. Your New York Yankees. I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to eat something, and then I'm going to get to work on some writing ahead of tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Have a great day.